Good evening. On the 2J, the mighty 2J. It's not a GTE. It's a GE. It's a 2J GE. There's a GTE oil pump. I got max speeding rods, H-beam rods, which I am gonna post a picture here, maybe. Shazam. It's out of an auto, so it is currently stripped down. I'm starting to mask it for painting. Once I masked it, I'll show you. But if I do a bit of YouTube magic and go bang, so process of masking. I have done the other side, not painted it yet, just masking. So I'll mask this. I've masked off the expensive boys, but we'll get this done. Don't you worry. Right, so you got paint down. Do you want to see? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? I mean, like, fresh painted block. I mean, you've got to leave it to cure overnight for 10 hours, but it looks the shit. Now, when I've done the bottom bit, and that's all nice and clean, and the pan I've got to do, and so you get me. And once it's all done, and I pull it all off, and I put the fresh water pump on, the head, the Blue Gates fucking power belt, the intake, the fucking manifold, the lot, when it's all together, oh, it'd be beautiful. But that's for another time. But here's the engine bay. Not the engine bay. I like. Here's the engine block. Now, I know what you might be thinking, that's very silver. And it is. The whole idea is to trace oil leaking from anywhere, or fluids, or, you know what I mean? Because the head's going to be silver. I don't want a black block where I can see the oil going down the head but not down the block. You get me? Or if I've got a leak on the block, like oil filter housing, then it's not going to look too great, is it? So, like, I think, to be fair, this is going to look the tits. You know, some might say it won't, some might say it will, but we'll see the finished product. The freeze plugs, I think I'm going to paint them black. As in, like, just paintbrush, bit of hammerite, you know. Give it a bit of separation. But when all the masking's off and the rest of it, it'll look good. But that's for tomorrow. So I'm going home to the missus, to the little man, and just, yeah, peace. Hello, so we're back now. The block's painted, and I am gonna start unmasking it and show you the process. Enjoy. Oh, so from the paint, we're moving pretty quick. I've got the head gasket on. I'm gonna put the head on, do the studs. This is a 1.3mm head gasket, so from what I'm aware, it's pretty much the same of what most 2Js GTEs run. It's either a 1.3 or 1.60 run, but we'll just keep you on that level, and we'll shift this and kind of like, so that was at TDC, and you can see these coming up to TDC now, and it's giving it there at TDC right there. And like, I understand when this is compressed and the rest, but you've got 30,000 in the head. The block skin was 10 thou, the head skin was 10 thou, so we dropped that, but then we're also taking that much, putting that much of a gasket on, and 10 thou for those willing to do the quick math is actually just 1/4 of a millimeter. So we've not taken loads off, but in a machining world it is quite a bit. But we go from there. We'll do it and so on and so forth. You'll see. But I mainly want to get the head on to cover over the block, so nothing goes rusty, nothing gets damaged, and so on and so forth. So big. Right, with the assistance of my beautiful assistant now walking away, the head on. So it's sitting there. I am going to get the ARP studs out. I'm going to lube them up, do all the good stuff, get them in place, and the rest. These are clean. It's all been done. All the valves, valve stems, everything's been cleaned up, pressure tested, and all the rest. So, 1 second, we'll see. Yeah, here we go. So, it's clean, clean, clean. All the good stuff. It's still a bit minging, evidently. It's never going to be perfect. But again, come back to here. Cleaner. There's one back there. Clean. Clean. The valves are all just basically been good, reseated and the rest. And yeah, head skimmed to 10 thou again. Apparently it was like a banana, but we good. Right, so now we bring out the ARPs, nicely bought by the missus. In the pack you get stickers and some other bits, a notice sign. And you take the paper out, holds grease and the rest. You get some fastener assembly lubricant, which you need. You get the washers, you get the nuts, and you get the bolts. All been nicely protected. Now, go for this. This is me box of bits and it's a bit of a mess at the moment. But this here is the head fastening sort of jobby. The ARP box gives you the torque settings to put him at. But what we need to do first is we need to put the washers on and then the bolts go in. But we need to lube everything up, so we're going to crack on with that, and we'll let you'll see. Sound. Right, I'm just going to plonk you on here because it's easier. Right, so basically, my lovely assistant is lubing up the washers for me. The best way, screwdriver onto there, drop that in there like that, put it in, drop it in place, and I'll show you. So the washers have to be like that and that one, because the rest are all down there, so on and so forth. We're going to crack on doing that. What I'll do is I'll probably put you on a hyperlapse on here and just let you see the marvellous works of everything going on. Right, that is all the washers in place. Next, for the studs. So on the studs, if you look, there's a hex end and a dead end. The dead end goes in first, followed by the hex end, and then you tighten them up to finger tight. Finger tight. I'm going to give it a little more, because we did me mate Jack's and we put ARP studs in it, and he's got an SR, and we're giving it and then the nut seated, and then it clicked. And at that point, we shit ourselves because no one likes that at all. Ever. Ever, ever. It was nasty. It was heartbreaking, is what it was. Heartbreaking. To that point, we had to sit down. I went for a shit, and we had a brew. And, like, we looked at our lives, and yeah. Right, next job. Get that cement rag. Ideally cleaner than this one, but we'll go. Right, so upon reading the instructions, as you do halfway through the installation, as a normal male does, taking the studs, and I'm going to give them a wash down with some brake cleaner. Good old brake cleaner. Get all the crap off them. Keep the box there, please. And then, yeah. See, the box comes full of shit. Get yourself a good assistant like this who notices more things than you do. Right, so we have our studs. So as I've just found out, 4mm Allen key don't fit, 5mm Allen key don't fit. Confused. T27, pretty damn good fit. It moves a bit, but not much. It's only going in hand tight. Right. So next job is take the grease onto both lots of threads. So, well, 1 second. One lot, 2 lot, yeah. I'm going to cheat, I'm going to put this cap on here first. Right, and I'm going to run it down to the point where it is just showing the top. Saves me 2 jobs. 1, fiddling about fucking putting that thing in, and 2, pissing about with this. So we're going to drop it in like so, move it about a bit. That's in place there. I've got my T27. Let me just get a ratchet extension from somewhere. We're just going to fast forward this bit. I need to go to the car to get my ratchet set. And I'm back.
What, it goes in place?
Yeah, that goes in place. So that goes in that side. So for this, it basically says 80 foot-pounds, and the minimum I've got is, bear in mind you're going to go up in stages. So the minimum I have here, if I get this correctly, is 29.5, and I'm going to go 29.5, 55, and then 80, right? It's a 13mm 12-sided socket, which I borrowed off good old Jackie boy, and same with this first torque wrench, because, well, yeah. So we'll go. Christ, I hate these things. Right, that's that one. 2. Right, but generally, as you'll see, I'm going to do this. I'll probably time lapse it and all the way up to 80. But this is the most nerve-wracking thing I think I've ever done in my life. I've just become a dad, and that is less nerve-wracking than this because of the amount of time and effort gone into it. It'd be really upsetting if it broke. Right, so after a bit of pissing about, turns out the studs aren't this long. Yeah, they're longer. So we had to go on a bit of a mission to Mr. Liam Henshaw's gaff to get this. The guy that I said that I have a bit of a laugh with about the drifting. He's a good bloke, really is. However, he sorted me out and it saved the day. You saved the day! Good job, buddy! But nah, thank you, Liam. You're an absolute legend. Hero. His Instagram is here. Go follow him, go like him, love him a lot. He's a gem, absolute gem. But, however, good news. We have our 1.3mm gasket on. We have our head on. It is sturdy, like a lobster. Cam covers are on now for protect over things, but they're the next job. How minging's that? But we'll come back to that and we'll get it sorted. So they're going to need to be cleaned up, painted, and all the rest of it. Plastic covers will go on, and all the rest of the stuff's going to go on. So like the water, the water pump housing, the water pump, that'll go on. Then the cams can go back in, and all that other good stuff. Fresh new cam seals. Got a new crank seal down here, I'm led to believe. Yep. As you can see in there, if you can see. 1 second, I'll see if I can. Yeah, brand new crank seal. Yeah, beautiful. We'll slide that back into place. Put that back on there. It's the new Toyota. To Yoda. Send this thing to fucking space. To Yoda. But yeah, all round we're looking pretty good. The most of it's built up. I've got this on here. This is me box of goodies and all the crap that still needs to go back on it. Like, for example, these are the cam gears. You probably meant to soak them in oil and let them look after a bit more, but this is the VVTR gear. It's not terrible. We'll give it a clean. You can see it's a leaking cam seal, but all around it's not so bad. I actually put that in this box, keep it sturdy. There's the other cam gear. We don't give a shit about that. That can just be cleaned up again. Leaky bits. Cam tithing case. Old water pump gasket. Water pump housing. Speaking of, and this goes. Somewhere like there. Yeah, and we'll clean that up as well because it's minging, so that goes on there like that. We've got all sorts in here, all sorts of bits and bats. That's for me current turbo on the Lexus. Here's a sun timing belt. Some timing belt there, boy. Here's some spicy bits. So obviously, there's been a bit of pennies spent on this. Hold on for a second. Ooh. Yeah. This side up. This side up. And we lift this. Pull, pull. And we've got to go fast a bit. It's 44mm wastegate. Because we like bits. But there's plenty of other things to go as well, like the adapter plate, the clutch flywheel, gearbox, prop shaft. I have everything, absolutely everything. It just needs to all be built up and put together, painted, made to look nice, like the block for example. It is looking sturdy. Just need to go around, clean some bits like this, get the little wire brushes in there. This is minging again, but it's just little bits like that. Go around it with a razor blade and clean all this up proper. I got an intake, a really nice intake. But yeah, all around, peace. Like, follow, subscribe for some more beautiful content with my beautiful face. Peace.